So, after lots of scrimping and a lot of saving, I've invested in this. And I want to show you how I work with it. So, I haven't actually had a look at this, so I don't know what I'm in for. It arrived today, which is brilliant. Here we go. It's upside down, that doesn't help. These are Derwent Light Fast pencils. Derwent, made in Britain, that's kind of why. I'm used to working with Faber-Castell polychromos and I want to try something British. I used to use Derwent years and years ago, and I had their studio range and they were pretty darn good pencils back then. Ooh, this one got shaken about, didn't it, look? Ooh, please tell me that hasn't broken them. So, first thing I've noticed, apart from the pencil's been shaken, is we've got trays. Right. I'm not going to be doing swatches or anything like that. I will be honest, I don't do swatches. I find them wasted time, basically. I'm just going to get straight on with it. Right, let's get a sniff. Please don't huff your pencils. Ooh, interesting. Smells like cheap wood with a hint of something nice in there. The pencil is extremely light. I mean, extremely. That's a Caran d'Ache. Maybe a little bit weightier than the Caran d'Ache, but only a fraction. About the same size, give or take. And these are hypothetically partly Lightfast. Now, if you want to know the real Lightfast ratings of a company, you have to go and check out their website. But you just have to be really careful. At the end of the day, images will always fade. That's what art does. Oil paintings fade, pencil fades, charcoal certainly fades. So you need to be at the mindset of, if you do something absolutely stunning, store it under UV light if you're framing it. Be sensible. Take all of the precautions. With pencils, make sure you're using the right type of fixative, because sometimes that can upset it. And we get a tray. Very, very flimsy plastic. These cost me over £100. I think it worked out about £2 per pencil. So there's 100 pencils in the tin. No, kind of. So 150. I think it was about £150 I paid. So for £150, getting 100 pencils, a cheap insert. I would have rather paid a little bit more and got something nicer. So we've got the slate blues, purples, skin tones, technically, reds, greens, into lots more greens. Oh, that's interesting. Greens. Whoop. Down into, we've got moss greens, emerald greens, blues. Not that many blues. Yeah, me and this tray are not going to get on. Yeah, not as many blues as I would have expected. So that's a bit of a surprise. And then we go down into a shorter tray, and that's got my whites, blacks, cool greys, a couple of warm greys, browns, and earth tones. Yeah, so yeah, just slightly feels like I'm missing a few colours, but that could just be the barrel colours and the nib colours. I don't really follow the barrel colour 100%. I always go with the nib, but I don't follow. No, stay. Sit. I don't follow interesting. The colour that I've got here, so I don't think my camera will pick it up, but basically there's a white film over this, so I'm not going to use this pencil straight away like this. I'm going to give it a couple of goes with the pencil sharpener to strip off that so that I get the actual core colour, which is the important bit. And also just removes that. It's probably a wax bloom. I think these are waxy. Oh no, they're oil based. Let's do a bit of a bloom on there. So I'm going to get on with the drawing. Now, you've probably noticed the little antler here. It's quick and easy for me to draw, and even though this antler looks white, cream, beige, brown, grey, maybe a little bit black, there are other colours in here. Under certain lights this actually comes up maroons, there's deep yellows, there's oranges, there's other colours in here. So I can do a quick test of how well the pencils handle. Now, I'm going to do this very fairly. Now, I confess, I did buy some of the Derwent paper, but this is going to be for another project. This is the tone stuff, 120 grams, but we'll do that another day. What I want to do is test it on cheap, cheerful paper. You know, you've just spent 150 quid on the pencils. Maybe you've not got enough to spare cash for the papers and stuff, because they are expensive. So I'm going to use cheapy paper. This paper is from one of my sketchbooks. It was a really old one, really rough. It's got a little bit of a tooth, but it's not shiny or too smooth. So I'm expecting the tooth to help a little bit here, but because it's cheap paper, I probably won't be able to get many layers. That's my hypothesis. Don't prove me wrong. So, antler, and this is going to be a freehand sketch, so it's going to be absolutely terrible. So, let's see. I'm just going to mess up the colour order because I never have my pencils in colour order. It's whatever colour I fancy. Ooh, yeah, me and these trays are going to fall out. Right. Got some maroon reds there. They look good for it. So that'll be this area. I don't often use black. What I do is I use purple, dark blue, and you look good. Now, something you'll notice, and I'm noticing straight away, is we've got different types of barrel here. Now, I haven't shaved these yet, but I've got pointy pointies and I've got blunts. So when they're going through the machine that makes pencils, I must say I'd love to go and see the manufacturer of this. You can see, hopefully, different colour woods, and also different results of the sharpening. So that's interesting. But the cores, they look pretty good and centred. That's good. That's what I want, is nice centred cores. It means that when they sharpen good. Right, you know what, that might actually be enough. So I'll take one of them. It's not... Champagne. The barrels do have a colour name on, so if you were buying open stock, that is really, really handy. And it's into the wood. So once the ink, say that wears away, you'll probably be able to redo that with a bit of ink. Right, I've got my cream, so light, lights, mid-tones, dark tones. Right, I reckon that's it. Let's get drawing. Stand by me. Right, now different pencils require a different way of colouring. Some pencils like Verifin require you to start from dark to light. Other colours and types require you to go light, mid, dark. So because of this, I'm going to just test out on this drawing and see what works better. Sometimes both methods, sometimes none. Right, I'm just taking off that waxy bloom. And the sharpener that I'm using is my very old little metal dude who I sharpen every month with by running tinfoil through it. It served me for years. I do have a 1D up one. Let's see if I can grab one of these. But I do struggle with it. I've got to sharpen that one. Where do we get that one? They fit fine into this standard sharpener, which is good. I'm only doing them a little bit because I don't want to snap them straight off. I don't know if these are going to be soft or hard, so I just want to get an idea before I push them any further. Right, subject matter. And I'm going to start, I'm going to go mid. So pencils to the side. I've not got my Tombow Mono eraser. Let's grab that. It's a bit dirty, but I can clean that up in a second. We can test that out. And drawing time. Right, this is not going to be a perfect drawing. Ooh, ooh, wow. I didn't actually expect that to go down like that. How can I describe this? It's creamy, but it's firm. go, so that's a bit of a zoomed in version. As you can see, it is quite blocky, but that is because they're softer. This is a cheap textured, partially textured paper, so they have gone down more like a pastel is how I'll describe it. Nice amount of layering and very comfortable to use. Not too hard on the hand, so I'm definitely going to try this again on some posture paper and do some sketches on the Derwent brand paper as well. But I would say, yeah, these are pretty nice. I can get through not being able to get a sharp point. I can mix pencils. I can work around that. That's actually no problem. So I am going to go and find some nice watercolour paper, and then I'll do another video and see how they react on a higher grade watercolour paper. But I hope this has inspired you, if you have got these Derwent light fast pencils, to have a go at something a bit different. Try different layering techniques, try different types of colouring, and enjoy yourself. And at the end of the day, have fun. I mean, I could do this for hours. You can get a really good amount of layers on these. But I'm not going to play. So feel free to leave a comment below saying, do you enjoy these pencils? Have you had a hard time? Have you tried different colouring? Or if you've never tried these, what pencils are your favourite? Because I always like to know what people use and what people enjoy. Yeah, I can see myself playing with this quite a lot. But I want to play with it on posh paper. But you can definitely, if you've got cheap paper, these pencils will work on cheap paper. So I hope that's helped inspire you, as I say. And until next time, all the best to everybody and happy drawing to you all.